Go on. Okay, so we've bled the brakes with the bleeding tool and the actual brake spanner tools. That's all done, and we've got a nice firm non-squidgy brake pedal, so that's good. And we've topped off the brake reservoir, put the cap back on, so that's that side of things done. Now we're going to move on to the next job, which is the clutch cables. Ready? Ready? So basically I'm the clutch cable king in the UK. So basically I've got every single Rover and Honda clutch cable here. Been through the mill.
Why?
Why? Good question, Andy. Let me just take you through my cable Honda and Rover cable collection, because it's worth having a look.
It'll be valuable one day.
No, it won't be. So here, this is the standard 1.4 clutch cable. Okay. So the one in the GL, and this is the CRX 1.6 cable. So if we have a look at them, I actually think, give or take, they are a bit different, but give or take, they're quite similar length cables. Maybe this one's slightly longer, but not long enough for our application. Okay. Here, you remember this one from our whole cable to hydro
snake
conversion fiasco. So this is the really long one for left-hand drive cars. This actually, although it's longer, the actual length of the cable is all very similar. So if you go to the chock here, it's all very similar to the CRX one. It just happens to be longer. So that's no good. These ones, I think they're from Rover 214s or yeah, it's Rover Honda cables. They're, I think, almost identical. You can pick up the numbers there, and this is for the CRX cable, the blueprint. That's the CRX one. So anyway, moral of the story is all of them are a little bit too short. Now the one you want is this. This is from the Honda CRX VTEC SIR from Japan. And
try and find one of them.
Try and find one of them. That's why it's green. And I managed to get hold of one. But anyway, so if I show you the differences here, so put them the same way around. So if I put that's all going to work. That's the same. But this is the business end. So look, if I put this one both like that, it's the lengths.
Longer.
That's the difference. You need the longer length. If you don't have the longer length, well, you won't fit. Basically, what happens if you don't have the longer length is this clutch lever will always have to be up, but up a lot. Okay, so you'll be, it's almost like pressing the clutch cable the whole time. So you need to find yourself, if you have this gearbox, because if you see here, it's got the higher stay, and the other stay doesn't fit, or I don't think it fits anyway. So anyway, I managed to source myself this cable, which is like gold dust. So, go in the car, you basically reach up for this cable and get it on like so. And you see it there, sitting in there. So if I pull the clutch pedal now, well, it'll be like that. See, it's actually in that little cup. So just check it's nice and in there, and go back into the engine bay. So basically all you have to do is, I've got this threaded in here, so it goes in here like that, this little rubber thing like that, and then just pop this little thing on there. And then, yeah, I've jacked it up. I've got a bit of wood underneath the clutch pedal, just to get him in there. The clutch lever, sorry. Get it in there. That's in there like so, okay? And then you should just be able to let it down. And that's in there like that, like so. And then I can tighten that up. I'll probably have to tighten that up quite a bit. So you just pull on the cable, and then you just tighten it as so. Take any slack out. But then the real point is this: you get in the car, so I can get in all the gears. So that's good. Reverse. So it gets tighten all the gears nice and easy.
One thing I didn't ever do was tighten up the hub nuts, so I've got 32mm hub nut tool socket and on a breaker bar. I'm just going to tighten them up, and then you can see here at the bottom there's a little indentable space there, so you can just get the drive-through screwdriver and just dent that in so it can't spin around or come off, back off. So I'll do that, but obviously I'll tighten it up first, then I'll take the wheel off and then I'll dent in that bit, because if you try and dent it in with the wheels on, you can damage the wheel. We don't do that. So yeah, go ahead, tighten it up.
So I've already tightened this up, and what you want to do is put a divot here. So you see there? That's how you get it started.
There's a song about that.
How does that go?
Got me started.
So that's how you do it, and do the same to the other side. So this is obviously the driver's side, or the right hand side wheel well, and then basically you have two ports here. One is on an 8mm, so that's the fill. It's on the 8mm, okay. And this is the drain on a 3/8. Now I've had this gearbox rebuilt, so I know there's nothing in the drain, but what I do want to do is fill it up. So I'm just going to pop this 8. You want to hear that sound knocking straight through there, and then
What have you got?
I've got just a 3/8, 8mm on the Allen, a 3/8. There we go. So just coming off. So that's some kind of crap on here. That must be some sealant or something. So then what we can do is we can just make sure there's no sealant and stuff. I'll just probably work to make sure no sealant gets in here. And then basically I'm going to fill up the gearbox. So you can see up in here there's a little hole to the left, which isn't really the right size to put that tool I was using before, that funnel thing, on. So instead what we're going to do is use one of these, and this is filled up with the Torco, as we said before, and then you've got to be kind of up in here like that, and then you just press in the plunger, which is kind of annoying really, but that's what we're going to do. So you see here's the setup, basically I'm right in there, and then what happens is when you get to the right level, because we're on the level surface here, get to the point whereby it will start dribbling out a lot. That's the width point. 2.5 litres, this is my setup, so I'm right in here. It's getting to the point now where, look, do you see it's just starting to come out now?
Oh damn it, I missed it.
Okay, so it's just started to trickle out, and so I'm going to put in this drain plug again. That's what it looks like on the 8mm. Okay. Try to cross thread that on as you're screwed, and then just nip it up. Don't go nuts. So ratchet's getting stiff. Okay, there we go, and then just clean that, wipe, that's dribbled, and then that's it, that's how you do it. This is the old radiator. You can see it's pretty much past its best, but we're still going to use the old fan. So we've got 10mm.
Broken.
Yeah. And this has been in here since 1991, so it wouldn't surprise me that it's not too keen on coming out. Yeah. Smells like that. There we go. Pity that bit of plastic probably try and glue
it
that
back
thing
in,
back. Yeah. So that's what we need from there, and then this is the step 2 item. Full length radiator. Anything else in there? Yeah, it's in there. Right.
Got some stickers.
What's this? What's all this? So we've got some stuff.
Go on then.
Open them up. And then they say that the old fan should fit in. So talking about that, but it will go on one leg. I think we might end up buying that rated fan anyway.
Nearly.
No, it's this way, my leg. You're cracking up. So look, we put it both the same
Put
way
it the
round.
same way around. That's what I said.
That's not what you said.
You can make a new cutout.
It must be this way round, Andy, as I said, because that you need the wire thing at the bottom.
That's what I said.
Stop saying that.
Which way round was it now?
There we
One of
go.
them was the one I said. Should I stop filming?
Probably.
You're going to put it in now. Get this bit of plastic.
This will actually.
That will just tie the whole thing together.
So, it's not really like an A grade fit, but I think it'll hold it anyway. So that snapped off anyway. It would have gone in 1, 2, and 3. Didn't really quite go on that one. So we'll probably get enough fan anyway, but that'll do for now. Okay, so this is the radiator installed, with the fan installed, sorry. And this is the lower, it's the lower pipe. So that one's to go on there like that. So this is the lower pipe in place. It's easy to get some now. Then we can just get this whole thing in.
Look at that. What does it say on this? Alpha Rad.
Yeah. So you want to get it on these little stands it has at the bottom. That's in one. So we're in there now. And then also we want to get this radiator little thing here.
It says Alpha Rad.
It says Alpha Rad. But you're going to get the fan switch, sorry, the fan power in here. So I'm chucking that in. It's alright. And then we can just basically get this one behind through here to there, but I need to find another Jubilee for that one. And then this goes on here, like so. How well this one will really go on, because it's made for bigger pipe. So I've tightened up the lower pipe from the radiator to there, and I've still got this one. I need to get some kind of better one, but the one that comes with the B series kit's like this, and because it needs to go back on itself, it will just neck even worse than that. So I'm going to have to actually get some custom cable radiator hose, do that when I can. Then this is just the expansion bottle we have here, so get that in like so, get this here like this, and that goes here, this goes here, and then get this on here and tighten that one up. and then we can just fill it up with some radiator fluid. Right, so we obviously got the radiator hose in. I put all the earths on, that's the extra earth I missed before. I've wired in the VSS, so I've got my 12 volts and in B10 as well connector. I can show you that later. And then I've obviously got this air filter. That's the last thing to go on. So when I connected up that VSS, the vehicle speed sensor, I had just undone everything. So in terms of the battery and stuff, that's really terrible Jubilee clip. So I'll grab another Jubilee, put the air filter on. Come in here like so. Put it up. Okay. Just try and make sure everything's out the way as much as possible. Then just put this little breather hose on. Once we put the battery back on now, so we can get in the car. I'll just show you what I've done. So I've taken 12 volts. Here's from stereo. It's not how it's going to be forever, but here's how it's going to be for now. And then here, so this is the B connector. So B10 is actually the one, this middle one, and I've traced that back to here, to this pin here. So you can see this pin goes B10 here is this one at the bottom. So actually, when you look at it, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So B10 is the bottom here, and that goes to this point here. It's actually on the OBD-O ECU. It's the yellow with the red thin stripe and the silver dots. So I've just twisted that on there for now. This is going back to the car, but I don't think that will do anything anyway. So then we can start the car. But not, oh yeah, I can get 1 and 2. Thanks, all gears. Yeah, so it 1. Can't get second hard. Turn it off again and I'll tighten it up. So you can put more tension on the clutch cable just by pulling it up, and then you can see there was actually a lot of free play on here. Take all the slack out of there. Okay, let's try that. Watch the wheel spin. Okay. We're going all gears. Like it reverse. Okay. So do you want to do that again? That's it. Got brakes. Got brakes? Got gears. You know what that means. Yeah. So first voyage. I'm just going to have a go. Okay, go on, you have a go. Come on, Andy, you deserve it. My battery. It's probably just come off. Your battery'd come off. Yeah, hold on. Right. Go on. That's it now.